Hey everybody, welcome to the real United States, and it's, I don't know, week 2, I guess, for us here in Michigan of the gubernatorial mandatory stay-at-home order. We stay at home most of the time anyway, so it's not a particularly big deal. For us, I've been working from home for the last couple of years due to health issues myself, so it's not making a great deal of difference in our life. Anyway, not what I came to talk to you about. We're doing fine, we're healthy, life is good. You may recall that in the autumn, almost every autumn, I usually do an episode where I talk about, the fall harvest and squash and pumpkins. And those of you who've been with us a while know that Bev and I are very fond of squash. Especially the butternut squash and some red Hubbard squash. Not so much the blue Hubbard, I don't care that much for, but they're alright. But a lot of squashes, and the average American eats about a pound of squash, winter squash. I'm not talking about the summer squashes, but the winter squashes. About a pound per person per annum. So about a pound a year is the average squash consumption. Bev and I probably eat somewhere on the order of, 20 to 50 times that amount. I don't know if we have a pound of squash a week, but certainly, each of us eat 10 pounds of it a year, so we're at 10 times the national average or more. Pumpkin, I don't know what the numbers are on pumpkin consumption. A lot of people have become very popular to have pumpkin spice everything in the fall, and instead of just pumpkin pie, and now it's pumpkin lattes, and I saw pumpkin spice breakfast cereal. It was like Cheerios or something. You can get almost everything in pumpkin spice in the fall these days. Anyway, we buy these things, and some of them we do roast and freeze the prepared vegetable, and a few of them we keep fresh to the extent that they will keep. Well, today is March 31st as I'm filming this in 2020, and tomorrow there is April 1st. So we're definitely getting into what would be considered spring, even here above the 43rd parallel, and yet I still have pumpkins that are perfectly healthy and viable and fine. And the only reason I'm rambling on a little bit is because I wanted to share with you this, and I'm going to split it open because you might be thinking, well, yeah, it looks good on the outside, but is it any good inside? Because sometimes they do dry out, I admit this. I have popped open squashes that have desiccated a little bit. They're still perfectly viable, but they cook a little differently. So I'm going to make a pumpkin custard. We eat a lot of pumpkin custard rather than pumpkin pie because that way we avoid the crust. And I'm going to make it from scratch, which I do quite often. So here goes. I'm going to knock the stem off. And you leave the stem on because that helps it keep. And now we're going to just cut it in half to put it on this pan to roast. And I wanted you to see live how it looked when I opened it up, and it seems to be good and firm. And there you go, pumpkin, just as you would expect. That is a perfectly good, viable pumpkin, and we bought this pumpkin, I believe it was in October, because that obviously, prior to Halloween, is when all the pumpkins are available. Right at Halloween, at the end of October or just after, they become very inexpensive, and you get a pumpkin like this for about $1. And there should be, when I roast this up, about I'm guessing this is going to be about 2 cups of pumpkin, which is what I'm looking for in this recipe. I'm doing something a little bizarre. I'm going to attempt to make a chocolate pumpkin custard. The recipe is not mine. It is from TV celebrity chef Michael Simon. I found it on the internet. I'm going to give it a shot. A chocolate pumpkin pie is what the recipe's for. I'm just not going to make the crust. I'm just going to make the filling and bake it in a bowl. It'd be fine. It'd be a pumpkin custard. So anyway, 7 months, maybe. This pumpkin's been sitting in the basement, and it's got 4 more brothers down there, or sisters, whatever you want to call them. They're all perfectly fine. So we still have butternut squash from last fall. We finally ate about a month ago. We ate the last of the red Hubbards, but it was fine. So we still have some butternut squash. They keep great, folks. So if you're thinking about a garden, and I've been pushing garden recently on social media. If you are thinking about a garden and you're concerned about being able to preserve your food over the winter because maybe you don't have a big freezer or you don't have a lot of room for canned goods or whatever, if you got room to garden, grow the winter squashes like butternut squash, because butternut squash you can use in place of pumpkin, but you can't use pumpkin in place of squash. You can make sweet items with the butternut squash, but having pumpkin as a vegetable is I don't care for it. Maybe some people do, but just plain roasted pumpkin, not so good, or squashes. But you can use a squash, and they keep about as well. So there you go. You just stick them in a cool, dark place, where the coolest, darkest place you got, and they'll keep quite good for months and months and months. Anyway, folks, that's it. That's what I'm doing during my time in exile here at home during the great pandemic quarantine of 2020. I hope everybody's okay. I just thought you'd be interested to see what I'm up to. I'm not going to drag you through me making the chocolate pumpkin. I'll probably get a snapshot up and put it on the Real United States Facebook page if you're interested in seeing some pictures of it when I'm done. That would be a good excuse for you to jump over there and check that out. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you got questions or comments, just want to stop in, say hi, let me know how you're doing. Please do so down in the comment section below. I love hearing from everybody. If you're new here, well, these are extraordinary times, but we're glad to have you with us. Please have a look around and consider clicking subscribe to come along for the adventure, because we got lots more to show you. And as always, folks, well, thank you for watching.